Now then, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Lake District. And today we're continuing the quest to complete the Northern Fells second time round and to get up to 100 fells second time round. So we're parked right out of the way today. Can't see behind, we've left it now, but near Lonscale there's a little hamlet called Wesco, and if you turn off there down a road that's marked as unsuitable for motor vehicles, I noticed last time we came around here when we did Latrigg, there's a little parking space down there near the Lonscale to Keswick railway path. So we're just parked down there and we're going to go up pretty much the route we did when we did Latrigg, but up to the under-skidder car park, and then from there we're going to shoot up the tourist path that goes up to Little Man. But we're not going right up there, we're going to bear off to the right and go up to Lonscale Fell and then Lonscale Pike, and back down over the ridge called Dead Horse, and then back down. I think we pass Skidder House, do we? I can't remember. Anyway, let's have a look at the map and see where we're going.
As long as I'm able to get the
So that path coming up there from the river, that's where we'll be coming on our return leg.
liking for you is all I need.
Nice and quiet up here at the moment.
My heart gives in. I will do everything I can for you. You will grow up in the blink of an eye and move out and be on your own. But no matter what comes your way, I will stay right here beside you to catch you if you fall. And deep and abiding, liking for you is all I need. Until my heart gives in, I will do everything I can for you.
All right, get Charlie off his lead now. A nightmare on his lead. Come here, Charlie.
Deep and abiding, liking for
This sign here, the top one where it says the permitted path, Woodland Walk to Keswick. That's the way we came down from Latrigg, and we just lost the path completely in the middle of a plantation. I don't know where it went. Right, so we're going to skirt round the lower slopes of Latrigg and up to the under-skidder car park. And probably pick the crowds up there. So up there, zoom in a bit, and you can see the tourist path that zigzags its way up towards the Little Man. We're going up there and we're going over to the top of this one that's covered in heather, Lonscale Fell, and then we're coming back and just zoom in a bit. make out that path between the trees. We're coming back along there. Right, so onwards we go, and a few clouds over there. The forecast for today, well, this afternoon, we've set off late today because I didn't think there'd be any issues getting parked there. So the forecast this afternoon is 30 to 40% chance of a shower all afternoon, and a possibility of a rumble or two of thunder, which we can do without. Certainly Charlie can do without anyway. Alright, on we go. So there you can see our path winding its way up the flanks, lower flanks of Skidder. I'm expecting there to be a few people when we get to there. Well, when we get to the car park, there's a few people we've just passed coming down off Lattrig. They'll probably be dropping down to the railway line and going back along that. And it's quite peaceful now. On we trot. There's Dodd straight above the track, and to the right of it Carl's side, just a bit of wispy cloud on it. And then Little Man, our route, Lonscale Fell, Blease Fell, and I'm not sure what that crag is, just the other side of Blease Fell running up towards Blencathra, can't remember. There's Great Mel Fell, you can't see Clough Head for that tree, and then the Dodds and over towards Helvellyn. So it's clear at the moment, so apart from those few bits of wispy cloud on Carl's side. And we're coming up to the under Skidder car park. That's full, they'll probably be parked halfway down the road as well. Well, as I suspected, there's people everywhere. So we're just going to amble along there. Let all them in front of us get well away. And that's looking over Blease Fell, the Mel Fells, Clough Head, and the Dodds, and up to Helvellyn. Oh yeah, we've got good views at the moment. No rain as yet. And on we go. Oh, Charlie's going wrong way.
Today, well, something's gotta give today. It's a good day to
Well, the heather's looking nice up there. Don't know if it picks it out well enough on here. Looking lovely. And we're about to get steep as well. You can see over there the Coaldale Fells are starting to get a bit cloudy. I think that's where our weather's coming from. There's some nice blue sky over Dodd there. I hope the rain does hold off. I've gone and forgotten my hat, haven't I? Forgotten my hat, I've forgotten the map, and I've forgotten to bring a middle ear. I don't think the middle ear will be an issue, or the map. The hat might be. We're on the steep bit. Oh, it's a right slog is this path. This will be about the maybe 5th or 6th time I've been up it. Oh, I hate it. Oh, my seat mat's nearly dropping out of my rucksack then, isn't it? Yeah, it's a right slog coming up here. Oh. We've got good views over Derwent Water there. Right on the slog. Now we've just come through that gate, and when we did Dodd, Calside and Little Man, I just tried to show you there is the very faintest of paths going off through the bracken when it wasn't bracken season when we did it, so we were fortunate, but I don't think I'd like to be going that way today. It'd be a bit of a tick fest. But there's a glorious view over Derwent Water. I've got a picture of, I think it was the time I came up here when I wild camped by Whitewater Dash. I'm not sure, it might have been that time, but the picture of the rain over Derwent Water. And then about 5 minutes later, and I got drenched. It looked very picturesque when I took the photo. I wasn't that impressed when it arrived at me. So if I find that, I'll stick it on here. We've just passed somebody who's saying to her mates, I want to go back. And her mate up in front saying, oh, it's all right, once you get over this bit, it's all right. I said to her, you've got everything crossed when you're saying that. Whew. Right, on we slog. So we've left the main path that goes up Skidder, and we've branched off to go over to Lonscale Felt. Great views behind us, look. Absolutely stunning. And hopefully we have some peace and quiet now. It was a bit busy coming up there. Oh. So you can see the path going off just this side of the gilt. Bit of sun. Hope that lasts. Right, on we go. Well, we've arrived at the col kind of thing between Little Man and Skidder with a bit of cloud on it. Looking over the northern fells where our weather's kind of coming from, it doesn't look too bad. Not too bad at all. Right, so we're going to head on up here to Lonscale Fell. That's a stunning view though, isn't it? Looking over Derwent Water to the fells beyond. Absolutely brilliant view. So we've arrived at the summit of Lonscale Fell, and we've got great views all around. You can see down that way to Skidder House and over to Great Carver where we were. I think that was last video, Great Carver. That cloud rolling in over Skidder though, that could be bringing in a bit of dampness, I think. That's great views. You can see over to High Pike and Carrick Fell, and that way to Blencathra, Mungrisdale Common where we were a couple of videos ago, I think it was. And then we're going to head over to Lonscale Pike. I think that's got another name. Is that Black Crag? I can't remember. It's got another name as well as Lonscale Pike. I'll take some photos, and when we get up there, give Charlie his chew, and I'll have a coffee, I think. Right, we'll see you over there. So here we are on the top of Lonscale Pike, and I think it's got another name, and that's looking down. I'll just show you now, because we go along here and then we follow this wall down here. This is called Dead Horse, and we follow that ridge up, right down, and we pick up this track and down by this wall, and we cross over the beck. I'm not sure if I'm pointing in the right place at all. And then we go over that beck, and then there's the main track going round there. Well, there's a footpath comes down here and then joins up with this track here, and that's where we're going, and back to the car. So it's stunning up here. That's at Blencathra and Mungrisdale Common. Bannerdale Knots. Is that? Oh no, Bowscale Fell. Bowscale Fell, Carrot Pike, High Pike. Not sure about that one in the distance there, but that's Great Carver, Little Carver where we were last video. Bakestall, Skidder in the clouds, Little Man, and then just look at this view. Oops, oh, it went flying that way. Just look at this view now. Oh, blooming hell, there's some people coming up here. That's looking over Derwent Water, and then over Thirlmere as well. Absolutely stunning. Right, I'm going to take some photos. What I hadn't realised with setting off late, I was saying about getting Charlie a chew and having a coffee for 11s. It's nearly blooming dinner time, let alone 11s. So we'll drop down, I think, onto that Dead Horse and we'll have some lunch down there. Right, so I'll take some photos and then we'll crack on down there. Well, I'd forgotten how steep it was coming down this bit. Been down once before. It was, what did we do? I think that Dead Horse might have been, I can't remember, I think it was to do Burkitt's, but it was one of Charlie's first ever Wainwrights was, where have we just been? Lonscale Fell. And I think it might have been his second, hang on, where we were the other day, Great Carver, that was his first. I think this might have been his second. And he wasn't too keen on it back then, he did start, oops, nearly, way, oh, hang on to his face, it nearly went flying then. Yeah, it was December when he started doing them, and I seem to remember the first two, like Great Carver, and I think we were clagged in for pretty much all the day. But you can see him down there, he's loving it now. And looking back up to Lonscale Pike, when we get down into the valley, I'll show you. To me, it looks like a mini Matterhorn when you're down in the valley looking up to it. I'll see if I remember. I'll show you. Right, I'm going to put you away, otherwise I'm going to go flying. Well, I might still go flying. Yeah, we'll see what we're going to do when we get down this steep bit. We'll tootle along this wall for a bit, and then we'll have lunch. Right, so we'll see you in a bit. Sorry, Charlie. Oh, that was a disaster. It slipped out my hands. I dropped it straight on Charlie's head. What an idiot. Right, over we go. Oh, that's a bit rotten the other side of here. Poor Charlie. What am I like? Right, we'll just get over this little crest and then we'll have lunch. Well, I was going to say, I hope I don't drop this on Charlie's head like last one. And he snuck through. That was a bit cheeky, Charlie. Oh. Oh. Sorry, I'm just munching on an apple, finishing off lunch. Looking over Skidder there, that was a bit ominous, but I'm hoping that'll miss us. I think our weather is going to be coming more from over that direction. I'm hoping that's going to miss us, head off kind of over towards Clough Head. Right, down we go. So you can just make out Skidder House in its little plantation there, and Great Carver. I don't know if Skidder House is still open as a youth hostel or not. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, drop us a comment. It'd be good to find out. I did hear that it had shut as a youth hostel, but whether that's right or not, I don't know. So if anybody knows better, let us know. So we're nearly down from Dead Horse. I wonder why it's called Dead Horse. If anybody knows that, drop us a comment as well and let us know. Bizarre name for a hill, isn't it? And that's looking up to Carrick Fell. Well, it's fessing up time for being an idiot again. I've just checked the map on my GPS. It's not called Dead Horse at all, is it? It's called Burnt Horse. But still, if anybody knows why it's called Burnt Horse. So rewind, and every time I've called it Dead Horse so far, then I mean Burnt Horse. Ah well. So we're nearly down to the Cumbria Way track. And like I said earlier when I was pointing out our route, we stay on that until we get over that beck that's coming down from Blencathra, and then we fork off to the right onto a lower path, because the high path that takes you back round to the field centre, Blencathra Field Centre, and we need to drop down to Derwent Folds it's called, and then over the river Glyndamaracan, and then back up on that little bit of path onto the road that I mentioned this morning would be our return route. Right, nice and quiet again. I've just noticed there's some people just appeared on the top of Lonscale Pike, but there doesn't seem to be anybody down here in the valley on the Cumbria Way. Oh, there's two people over that way just by Skidder House. Right, down we go. So we're down off Burnt Horse and onto the Cumbria Way, and in the last video I said about there's something that I've either read or heard about this valley that you're looking right down kind of the Thirlmere Valley from here, about it being some kind of rift or fault, but I can't remember what it was or if I'm talking absolute rubbish. So if anybody knows that, again, drop us a comment, let us know. I'm sure it was in some walking guide that I read about it, but I can't remember. But it's a lovely view anyway. It's still dry. The cloud is clearing off the top of Skidder now as well, over to our right. So hopefully we might get some more blue sky. That's looking down the valley towards Blaeberry Fell on the right there, and I must have been mistaken about that looking like the Matterhorn. So it doesn't really from here, does it? Unless it was from further back towards Skidder House that I was getting that view. I don't know. And there's Burnt Horse that we've come down. Yeah, it's glorious, it's peaceful. There's a couple of people in front of us. We've just had a couple of people and 3 dogs pass us. But once we branch off onto, let's see, our path goes down there, just to the left of those trees. So once we branch off this main Cumbria Way track, I think we should be quiet again going down there. This little ruin coming up here on the right. That time when I mentioned in last video, when I did a wild camp up at top of Whitewater Dash, I stopped here for a bit of a brew on my way back. So we've just passed Roughton Gill, which we could see from the top of Lonscale Pike, and it looks rather impressive up there. And now we've just come to this here, which is our path. Looks as if it could be a bit of a tick fest. So on we go. So we just use this to get down from the Cumbria Way down onto the path in the bottom of the valley, which I think is a decent track. I've never been on it before, but I think it's a decent track on and actually this isn't so bad really. Get away from the people, it's starting to get busy on that track there. Right, on we go. Well, it seems that we actually turned off the main Cumbria Way track too soon. Trained navigator, you see. But we're heading in generally the right direction. I can see the track we need to pick up the other side of them trees down there. So we're just dropping down to the river now then. Is it the Glendira Terra or the Glendira Macaronal? Something like that. It's one of them two anyway. Oh, now hang on. What's this we've got to get across? Well, this could be tricky. Hang on. A few like stepping stones. I made it. Oh, this is boggy. This is what you get for going the wrong way, isn't it? Ooh. Well, Charlie's having fun. He's gone in the river anyway for a paddle. Him and water, I don't know. He absolutely loves it. Oh, squelch, squelch. Whose idea was it to come this way? Oh. Right, there we go. Right, we'll see you when we get back on the proper route. So we're dropping down onto the track that we were due to pick up anyway, and there's an old mine working up there, so I'm assuming it was the track to the old mines, and I'm assuming that there used to be a bridge, and see some like all the abutments or whatever over there. I'm assuming that was a bridge at one time for the track to the mine. Right, my neck nearly went flying. Oh dear. Right, back on the track. So according to the map, and judging by this way marker, that's where the path goes that we should have come down. Well, that does look like a tick fest, doesn't it? So I'm glad we came down the way we did. Oh, Charlie's having it every time we stop for however long. It can be a matter of seconds and he has to start digging. Whenever we get near any water, he has to be in it. He loves it, I think. Like I was saying earlier, Lonscale Fell was one of his very early Wainwrights, and it was in December, and he wasn't too keen at all, and that was it'll be 4 years ago this December coming, and he's getting through the Wainwrights faster than I did. It took me 13 years to complete them. He's now then, what is he? Well, he's over 100, I think. He must be approaching, if not over halfway already in just 4 years. Bless him. Well, this is the first time I've been on this this track, and it's lovely. I can recommend this. Look at that view looking over to Blaeberry Fell, Waller Crag. Now the hills behind Waller Crag. Will that be Red Pike, High Crag and High Style? And then what's to the right of them? Would that be maybe Robinson? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. This is great though, there's not a soul on this path. The weather's held out all day. Well, all afternoon, we've not been out all day. So this takes us down to Derwent Folds, and from there we drop down to the river Glyndŵr and then just up the other side of the gill from there, and we're back onto the road that we set off out on this morning. So just look at the view opening up now. That's absolutely stunning, and you don't need to be right at the top of the hills to get the views. That's looking back up to Lonscale Pike where we were earlier. But this is stunning. That's looking over Latrigg. Absolutely marvellous. When we get round this corner, should be able to see Helvellyn and the Dodds. There we go. And Clough Head just coming into view. No, this is a great path, is this? I can recommend using this path. The issue really though is parking. I mean, I was fortunate to spot that place where we're parked today. I spotted that the last time we did Latrigg, and I thought then that looks like a decent place to park, but it's full of silage bales at the moment, so you'd have to be careful that you don't. If a farmer wants to get any silage bales, he might just oil your car out at way if you parked in front of them. So we're parked at the side of them. The only other option, I suppose, is to extend it and start from Threlkeld. Nice easy parking at Threlkeld if you get there early enough. So we're through this gate and drop down to Derwent Folds and then down to the river. And we pick up the route that we used when we did Latrigg from Threlkeld then, so we've been on that path before. Yeah, but this is great. Not a soul around either, which is what we really like. So I can see this gate that we're coming down to now. When we started from Threlkeld and went over Latrigg, we came down by the stream, by these trees, through that field and onto this path and down to Derwent Folds. So we're back on familiar territory now. But no, I've enjoyed that path coming down there. It's great. Well, we've arrived at the River Terra. It's a lovely little setting, is this? It's a glorious little glade, isn't it? Is it a glade? I don't know. Looking downstream. Look. Charlie thinks it's an opportunity to play, hasn't he? Oh, might be thinking about having a dig there. So we're going to go on up here. That takes us up through the woods and onto the road that we set out on this morning. So we'll get up there and I'll say ta-ra up there. So we're back on the road we set out on this morning. Not that far from the car now, so I'm going to sign off. And that's been really great. Apart from the tourist route going up to Skidder, but when we left that and went over to Lonscale Fell, that was quiet and we didn't really see anybody else until we got down onto Cumbria Way, and there were people sort of in the distance, a couple past us, and then once we branched off there and down onto that quarry track, we've not seen a soul all the way back now. So thoroughly enjoyed it. See up there where we've been, Lonscale Fell, covered in heather. And I suppose you could do this as a quiet route, or quietish, or quieter route up Skidder, rather than branching off where we did to go to Lonscale Fell. You could carry on up Skidder and then come back down over Lonscale Fell, or even miss out Lonscale Fell and there's a path that takes you straight onto Burnt Horse and down that way. Yeah, and this would be a great quiet route up Skidder. So yeah, it's been great. Thoroughly enjoyed that track, that quarry track or mine track down there. Never been on that before, and the views in front of you there were stunning. So no, I can recommend this one. So yeah, we've enjoyed it. Hope you have. If you have, please do the usual. The liking, subscribing, ringing the notification bell, sharing, commenting, all the usual malarkey. And hopefully, see you on the next one. Tra!